Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. So, of course, my first thanks goes to God, and it goes to all of you who have subscribed. Without you here, there's no reason for me to be here. So thank you for being a huge part of my journey. Anyways, so I was watching one of the other readers this morning, Mommy Wata, and she was saying that somebody revealed something that maybe shouldn't have been known, and they went on to say that this woman wanted this other woman to have bad dreams about spiders. It's funny because like if it was relating to me, right? The truth is, I don't kill spiders. Spiders can live in my house. And if they're in the way, I put them on a napkin and then put them outside, like on a nice day. And, you know, when I'm vacuuming, I don't know who's where or what's where. So I just do my work and vacuum right, but I don't purposely go and kill spiders. They don't scare me. I like them because they kill other bugs, right? I mean, I don't have a bug problem, but maybe that's why. And I just found that it was really funny that people would go to so extremes, you know, because there are those people that can like astral travel. And I only heard about it. I don't think I've ever really done it. I don't know. But so it's just a funny way to start the reading, right? Talking about another reader and how her reading, if it resonated with me, right? Because I do readings, so I don't know if it rings true to a lot of people out there. You know, I just read the cards, how they come out, and I just leave it at that. Every card, different people can have different perceptions of it, even though we read out of the book and it says one meaning, right? If someone looks at that card and sees something in there that makes them think of something else, it's like the divine connecting to have the reader say whatever it is that they're feeling about that card. So I want to thank all of you for being here again, and we're going to begin by pulling something out of my box here. Let's see, here's a stack. Okay, I got one. Okay. Witchcraft spell work side eye. So, as I was saying, people do have these certain abilities. People call them powers, right? And so when people use them to try to change an outcome that might benefit them or definitely could be not beneficial to someone else, they're using it in the wrong way. And spell work is talking, right? You know, like God forbid, right? I wish John would die, you know. You know, those kind of words, they really hold meaning to them when you say them. And it's not a nice thing to say. And when people say things like that, it can come back to you. And it might not be you, but it might be your mother, it might be your child, it might be your best friend, you know, it might be your lover, right? So you never want to put those things out there because it's, you know, return to sender. All you have to do is say return to sender if you think like someone is doing this witchcraft on you. Maybe someone's doing witchcraft on you so you don't see things clearly or you're confused about a situation. And again, that spell work, so they could be whispering in your ear. Yeah, hey John, you know that Sue chick? You know, I know you said you really like her, but truthfully, she's like a hoe bag. And then the thing is whoever John is, right? He really should be looking at that person who's telling him that. Like, you know, is that really true? And you know, you have to get your own senses about that person, right? And then you have to wonder, this person who's telling me, you know, is she the one that's really the hoe bag? And a lot of times that's called projection, right? So they're trying to project their inadequacies on other people because they're jealous, because maybe this person wants John and doesn't want John to want Sue. So they'll say these things that that will try to make John not see anything in Sue. So John needs to really look inside of him and say, hey, you know, I've seen Sue and I've seen her around. I've seen her in action, and she never came across that way to me. You know, she might have been a little flirtatious, but, you know, I never seen her as a hoe bag, you know, and I don't know. So I just wanted to tell you that the spell work is out there. And if you feel like someone's doing or saying something, you just say return to sender. Or if they're talking to you directly, you just say like, don't engage. Just say, well, if that's your opinion, and walk away. And then that will stop that person from trying to approach you that way. And that's like the nicest way to do it, right? You don't want to tell that person, you know, you're just being a bitch and you're full of shit and you're a lying hoe bag yourself, you know? You know what I mean? And very, very well might be true, right? But it's not worth being cruel to someone like that, even though they're trying to tear someone else down. You just have to basically squash it and say, I'm not engaging in this conversation, and just turn around and walk away. When you do that, you take their power. You take the power that they had over you away, right? And they might side-eye you for a bit, but, you know, just let it be, whatever, you know? And so it's funny that I would tell you about this reader, Mami Wata. And I've watched her for, I don't know, maybe 6 months, a year. And she's very stylish, how she, you know, every reader has their own personality, so you can really see her personality when you're listening to her posting. So be careful of the witchcraft, spell work, side-eye. Don't engage, because that makes you just as bad, and it makes you just as guilty, you know, and squash it right away, so that way they know that you don't fly that way, right? You don't lower yourself to fit into someone else's however their attitude is, right? So be a share of love instead of hate. Okay, so next we have Miracles Now. I surrender my desires, and I know the universe has my back. So I did a late night blackout reading. I woke up actually at like 12:30, and I stayed up till 5. So I was entertaining myself by entertaining all of you with this blackout reading. And I was talking about another reader that said that it's not good to sleep with your phone in the on position, and have the, you know, each tarot reader that's in the queue just keep rolling, you know. And I've done that before. And when I heard this I don't remember who the reader was. Maybe it was Astro Queen. Anyways, it kind of startled me for a second, and then I remembered, you know, God's with me, so nothing can touch me, nothing can penetrate, nothing can hurt me, because I'm on the path, right? I'm on the path of righteousness. And it's not that I can go around flaunting it, right? Because that's not really a nice thing to do, but to stand in my truth, to stand in my faith, my hope, you know, to stand in love. God is love and love is God. Therefore, I don't need to fear any of that. I don't need to fear the witchcraft. I don't need to fear the spell work. I don't need to fear the side eyes, because what happens is the higher you get with your connection to God, Source, Spirit, God Almighty, Heavenly Father, Creator, you know, the closer you get to Him, the more that you've cleansed your mind, body, and soul. The karma will come back faster and faster, because you're learning how to protect yourself. You're learning to say, when you have like a weird thought, and you know, you could either accept it as yours or you can reject it. And if it's negative and you're trying to keep positivity in your life, you have to reject it. You have to say, that's not my thought. I don't know where this came from. Shoo, fly, go away. And know that you have the power within you to command negative entities in and around you, these attachments. You have the power to command them to leave you and never return. So when I learned that, I denounce and divorce any negativity, negative entities in or around me. As a child of God, I have the authority to command them to leave and never return. The thing about that is, the people who are reaching for God, well, those are the ones that are being attacked. So when you ask God, you know, like you use your authority to command the evil entities away, you have to ask God, dear Lord, fill my cup, fill my heart, my mind, my body, my soul with your love. So when you do that, you know, God fills up the space where the negativity was, and He fills it with positivity. So that's how you begin to ascend, and that's how you begin to really take heed and how to protect yourself. It's all about whoever you are out there, whatever your future plans are, what your future plans are, you surrender it to God, you know, and you know that God has your back. And like I said, I almost got hit twice just walking across the street over here. And one girl came like a foot away before she would have impacted me. It wasn't a screeching stop, but it was a pretty quick stop. And me and my dog were we were in between the lines at the crosswalk. And I actually screamed. And I think the high pitch got to her right away, and that's when she put on the brakes. And I can walk around here any day or night, at any time. I always feel safe. And if I have a glimpse of not feeling safe, I say that's not me. God's protecting me, and I claim that with my faith, my love, my hope of God Almighty, right? And there's no like special way to pray. I mean, I guess some people have a special way to pray. If you've been watching me for a while and you see my prayers down below, I'm trying to pray as if maybe that I'm you, and I'm trying to see like, how are you feeling? Or, you know, it might not be you, it might be someone else in the collective. But as well as pray for myself, but mostly it's to pray for other people, to help them find their way through. and to protect them and guide them. So when you decide that you're going to open your heart up to the Lord, you're going to surrender everything to Him. And you're going to know that, although you might be going through something uncomfortable, it's for a reason. It's for a reason for you to learn a lesson. It's a reason to help you grow. It's a way to help you move beyond it. Moving beyond it doesn't necessarily mean that you leave like your house or whatever. You could have a whole house full of people and you have situations. Doesn't mean you leave that situation, but like the whole family, but you have to have some sort of resolve in a situation that's going to benefit everybody as a whole. And if that doesn't work, then I guess this option B, which would be to leave. And everyone has a certain tolerance. I think I talked about, last night I talked about committing suicide, When you feel like there's no one there to talk to you, when you feel like there's no one there that's going to know how you feel, that like why live kind of mindset, that is definitely like a negative entity attached to you, and you can't find your way out, and you think that's your only way out. And that's not something that God would want anybody to do. And I would never say that, because you commit suicide, you go straight to hell, because that's not my place to call, whether it says it in the Bible or not, It's between that person and God. So we just have to know and accept that we don't want to live in the old life, and we want the new life. Living in the old life, I don't really believe that having a drink is of the devil, although they call it spirits. I believe that if you having drinks causes problems, then it's a problem that you need to stop. To socialize, a gathering, I guess it says in the Bible that they drank wine or whatnot, but I just feel like whatever you did in the past that would negatively impact you. So drinking might cause a DUI, it might cause you to have an accident, it might cause you to say words that you really didn't mean, it might make your next day when you have to go to work, it might make you miserable. So those are the things that you have to look out for, can I function, and can I keep my top? And, then there's the whole health issue. What's one drink going to do to you? If you had one drink every day, I don't really know, because I basically quit drinking when I was about 27. I know that over time it will affect your liver. Over time it will age you sooner than if you were just all natural, right? But music, listening to music, I don't believe that all music, like Christianity, is good for you. I believe, what I'm saying is, I don't believe that all music that's not Christian music is not good for you. I'm a lover of love, and I love love songs. So, anyways, let me get on with the reading. The universe has your back, and you know what to do when you think someone's casting spells on you, when they're telling you something negative, when they're giving you the side eye, when you believe that, why am I so confused? I have Tom, Dick, and Harry all telling me whatever, the same, different, or whatever, and then I got Sue and John over here telling me something different. You got to search within and find the truth within you that you already really know. But maybe you just don't want to speak up about it because you don't want to cause any conflict. Okay. So next we have your soul purpose. And today's card is the police officer. I am safe and sound and out of harm's way. I follow the rules and expect others to do the same. I am aware of how my thoughts, words, and actions affect those around me. So, we have good cops and we have bad cops. We have some cops that pretend to know the law and they don't. So, I would say if you're out and about a lot, you should know your amendments if you're living here in the U.S. And I say that because I do have a couple, I don't know really how many, but in 2 other countries. But wherever you're at, you have to know what the law is. And you have to know what your rights are. So many times cops are trained just to, to be a little pushy, wanting information and all that, and they can really be bullies. So we have good cops and bad cops. So we have to really protect ourselves regarding everybody, and not to be paranoid, but the more you know, the stronger you can be, right? To speak up for yourself. Okay. The officer and the tourmaline, black tourmaline. Are you someone who needs to make sure rules and regulations are followed? Law enforcement is the primary duty of the police officers. They ensure the law and order are upheld and that the community is protected. By deterring violations of the rules, peace is maintained. This life path also includes careers like the armed forces, criminal investigators, security guards, jailers, and correction officers. When the police officer in black tourmaline card appears, look at yourself to determine if you are following the rules of society and your community. Are you resistant to following the policies of the local establishments or those set up by close family or friends? Look at how you live your life as well as the main focus of your thoughts and attention. Use this card as a sign to police your thoughts, words, and action. So that's the whole thing. If we all policed ourselves, we wouldn't really need police, right? And it really starts from the home, and that goes for the officers, right? If we just, my dad was pretty stern, so not always did he act accordingly, but my mom and dad pretty much, they set the rules down, and you either follow them or you got a talking or a spanking or whooping or whatever, And my dad could be pretty harsh sometimes, way more than what was needed. But, I thank God that it was never like that for me. And at the same time, I feel guilty that it didn't happen to me because it happened to other people. So even that can cause damage. So the energy of black tourmaline helps you go deeper into previously hidden aspects of your consciousness. The more you clear your own energy, the better you are able to maintain a sense of safety and protection. We draw to ourselves whatever we focus on. On the other hand, if you've recently observed a crime, contact the authorities to handle it in a professional, legal manner. When this card shows up, make the effort to be sure that you are protected and safe. Observe your actions to confirm that what you do and where you go are in alignment with keeping you and those you love out of harm's way. Black tourmaline is a grounding stone. It helps when you feel scattered and pulled off center. Focus on the task at hand and remove outdated thoughts and beliefs in order to facilitate the energy of safety and protection at all times. Okay. Next we have messages from the mermaids. And today's card, we have patience. Patience. Well, I think I've learned patience, but you never know what can turn me into being hasty and losing my patience. Okay, let me find it in the book for you. All right. Practice patience. It's helpful to let go of any expectations and surrender to life as it reveals itself. The reward of patience is patience. Go lay down, boy. The mermaid is being patient. She trusts in life and in the process of allowing her path to unfold in the most perfect way. She knows the universe doesn't make mistakes, so she waits in the watery depths, knowing all is well and what is meant to be will be at the right time. Yes, she has wishes and dreams, hopes and fears, but she doesn't allow them to interfere with the unfolding of her life. And this part of her experience means being patient. Whatever it is you're hoping for, it's important to trust and practice patience at this time. You could try focusing on something else to distract your mind from any yearnings. Perhaps someone around you needs to be patient, or maybe they're being impatient with you. If the latter is the case, you need to clarify and lovingly tell them you can't be rushed in this situation. Simply ask them to be patient with you. When you're able to practice patience, everything flows in a more natural and harmonious way. The pressure of expectations and hopes takes a back seat, allowing peace and space to prevail. If you're feeling impatient, ask yourself why. Do you feel something will be taken away from you if whatever it is you're waiting for doesn't happen or appear quickly? If this is the case, know that what is meant for you won't pass you by. This simple explanation, when deeply and fully understood, should set your mind at rest. Okay? Patience. Next we have native spirits. And today's card is storyteller. It really is a beautiful card. Reminds me of being a kid and putting a fire on the beach at night. Live larger than life. Make the most of every experience. You can choose the meaning that you give events. Find interpretations that empower you rather than diminish you. Be the storyteller and the hero of your own life. Give your personal story empowering meanings. Your native spirit wants you to know, around the evening campfire, clan members always look forward to the storyteller recounting events of the daily happenings of the tribe. Even the most mundane event took on a vibrancy in the expert hands of an experienced storyteller. The storyteller card chose you to remind you to be the champion of your own personal myth. Be the central character. Do not live life according to the needs and expectations of others. Do not be a bit player in your own story. the journey, take an event in your life that you gave a disempowering meaning and find a way to re-script it so that the interpretation of the same story is one in which you are the hero. Next, we have the Divine Feather, and today's card is the Pheasant. The time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. Pheasant and peasant, they're so close. Okay, the modern pheasant is a large bird that dwells in the hedges, brush, and grassy areas. First traced back to an area in Greece near the Phasis River, from which they derived their name. They are now considered a domesticated bird. For this reason, they have a symbolic association with family life and fertility. Their long tail feathers, commonly called plumes, are associated with sexuality, fertility, creativity, and the expression of this energy. Pheasant feathers are varied in stripes, tapering in size, and are generally warm in coloration. These traits are also associated with feathering the nest or creating a vibrant, comfortable home life. The divine messenger strolls in to share the gifts of renewed creativity and fertility in all aspects. Have you lost interest in a satisfying and fertile home life? With its warm colors and beautiful plumes, pheasant reminds us how important it is to have a place that feels harmonious and supportive. Not only do these energies enhance deeper connections with a partner, but they also provide fertile ground for creativity. Sexual energy is the creative force that manifests in many ways. It can generate new life in physical form and fuel creativity in projects and ideas. This may be an area you've neglected while busy working on other aspects in your life. Now is the time to stop and direct attention to your methods of connecting and creating. Energies, creativity, fertility, sexuality, season all year round, element, earth and air. The color is brown, white, and cream. The affirmation, I am vibrant, vital, creative, and alive. Okay. And the last is the animal messages. And today we have the owl. So a couple of readings ago we got the wolf. See, there's the wolf and then there's the owl. Not that you needed to know that, but for some reason I thought I'd share it with you. Okay, so let me find the owl in this book. Okay, where are you? Here we go. Seek out deeper knowledge to see through deception. If owl has glided into your cards, the time has come to seek the hidden as owl seeks prey beneath the deep, crisp snow. Arcane knowledge, deep within the ageless traditions of white magic, will now reveal itself if you quiet your mind and explore the mysteries beyond. Your perceptions will be such that others will be utterly unable to deceive you. Like owl, you will absorb the benign and nourishing and discard the destructive, imbuing your life with intense meaning. So, witchcraft, spell work, side-eye. deceiving could be part of that, right? And then we go on to read about the owl, who speaks of arcane knowledge deep within. The ageless traditions of white magic will now reveal itself if you quiet your mind and explore the mysteries beyond. Your perceptions will be such that others will be utterly unable to deceive you. Okay. So the thing about tarot is, like I said, a lot of people think it's bad. I had someone who said that they were a Christian. However, the actions weren't always there. And when it wasn't, boy, it really wasn't. This particular person said, it's of the devil, I said, have you seen one? And he's like, no. And it's like saying an onion tastes like an apple. You could say all day long an onion tastes like an apple until you bite into it, right? In other words, it's false, right? If I tell you that this red onion tastes like an apple, right? I'm not trying to tell you that tarot is false. What I'm trying to say is you don't know until you try it. So how can you judge whether it tastes like an apple or an onion until you taste it, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So sometimes I have a hard time articulating, okay? So I kind of, how I answer that is when my sister hit me in the head with the baseball bat when I was little. My brain, maybe that's one of the things that I could not be able to do too well. Like sometimes the words want to come so fast that it comes out all jacked up, and I gotta explain it like 3 different times. I mean, like even before I get it. When I get it, I know you'll get it. Okay, so next we got the psychic tarot. And then we'll do the time thing. So I check the flags outside. I live like right near the post office, so I just look out and the flags are laying down flat. That means it's a good day to go to the beach. Guadalupe Beach when it's windy. Oh, it's so windy and cold. And this will be probably the first time in many years that I went to the beach and it wasn't windy. There's probably a whole bunch of people down there. My future hopes is to get a camera where I can take the shutter pictures, I guess you call it. I don't really know, but when the seagulls come in, there's like thousands of them. Or, well, yeah, there's a few hundred on a busy day, I guess. But what I meant to say was the pelicans. They come here to migrate. I don't know if they're laying eggs or is this a stopping place as they're heading somewhere else. But yeah, I came here since I've been back. I went down to the beach and saw there must have been 1,000 of them out there because they were just scattered all around. And at that point I was wishing that I had one of those cameras so I could take pictures of them, like with the zoom lens and all that, and while they're in flight, and I could get a close-up. And when I was a kid, sometimes we would see whales or dolphins way out there, and the water in comparison, like the only place I could compare it to really is in Hawaii and Sandy Beach. They always said only locals should swim out there unless they're like really strong people because it has a strong current. But the water in Hawaii is much warmer. But Guadalupe Beach has a real bad undertow, and but as kids we would get out there. I mean, I think I stayed towards the shore, but my brothers, they would go out. So it would be like 2 or 3 of them, and then our cousins. We had a slew of cousins too. So it's quite the event. And then the sand dunes. I've seen some videos lately of people taking cardboard. We used to take cardboard and go up on the sand dunes and slide down. And can't do that anymore because of the birds. There's a special bird that it's laying grounds, and I guess they just lay their eggs in the sand somewhere. But the whole, which is a good thing, you know. The whole thing is to save the birds. I really think that they should just have one area that's for people, and the birds will know, right? Because they'll see people there. They won't be laying their eggs there. They'll find other places. So Guadalupe Beach, it's a long ways down. The dunes are a long ways down. And if birds aren't dumb, you know, they're not going to say, hey, look at those people right there. They're doing that. Let's go lay our eggs right where they go, you know. But that's the way of the world these days. Things change. It seems like no matter what we do, like it's a good cause, right? It's a good cause to change up. But like I said, there's a whole bunch of dunes out there. We don't have to close down all the dunes. We could leave one good dune for the people. And still, you know, preserve the birds. But it seems like, bless you, boy. It seems like, you know, as we go along, it's you get less and you pay more. So you really have to think about that, right? I mean, when I was growing up, minimum wage was like $2.13. $2.13 an hour. And it was like that for a long time. And some states like Delaware, I don't know how it is now, but you know, if minimum wage was $10 and you were a waitress, you still only got $2.10 an hour plus your tips. And like if you go to Hawaii and you're a waitress, you get minimum wage, the actual minimum wage, which I don't know, what is it, $15 an hour plus your tips. So that's pretty good if you work for a restaurant that brings in a lot of clientele and their menu's not cheap. You can make a lot of money. And then nowadays, sometimes restaurants already add in the gratuity. So it's all different now. Okay, so I've shuffled. I already did my my pre-shuffle, but let me do my splits and then we'll go ahead and pick a card. Memories of love. Okay, the bottom is harmony. We have disruption. We have rest and rejuvenation. We have destiny. Accelerated motion. Material and spiritual prosperity. We have patience. We have chakra. Triumphant success. Patience and planning. Just going to pull 3 more back off the bottom and then we'll go from the top. Deception and envy. Fulfillment of wishes. Awareness. Power. Sacrifice. Stand your ground. Truth. Foundation and achievement. Fertility. Solitude. Metal conflict. wisdom, obstacles, choose wisely, and solar plexus. So let me, this is really like the Six of Cups. It's being nostalgic. It's thinking about someone from your past. It could be from your childhood. Just good, loving memories from your past. Now, when reading this, most people say, most of the readers, I believe, say that, you know, it has to do with possibly someone that you really loved, like cared for, loved. Maybe it's puppy love. What else? Memories of love. Fond memories. Good times, good conversations, a good connection. You know, then on the other side, you might be thinking, what happened? What happened between me and this person? You know, why did things end? You know, I wish I had it back. I think the last time I read it was, in my mind, say these are years, right? So if you looked at this one, it's only half. So 3.5 years ago. 3.5 years ago, where were you? You had somebody that you held so gently, so carefully. But you set it down to let it go for whatever reason. You know, maybe there was a age difference. Maybe there was a nationality difference. You know, like say if you're American and it was a Hispanic woman or man that didn't speak English, right? So it's hard to communicate. So it could be like an age difference. It could be a difference in ethnicity. It could be maybe someone was like handicapped or something. But it's some sort of difference. Maybe it was different belief systems. So 3.5 years ago, you just let it go. You held it for a minute, and you said, go with the others. Go with the other candles. Float down the pond, the little river. And, you know, let's just leave it behind. And now someone's saying, why did I do that? How did I let that happen? You know, I thought I really didn't have these strong feelings for them, but now I'm thinking about them, and I'm always thinking about them. Wherever I go, people mention that person's name. Hey, have you heard from John? Have you heard from Sue? You know, I wonder what their life's like. I wonder if they're happy without me. I wonder if they've moved on. You know, someone's realizing that they really they had a great love, that they thought that it wasn't really that big of a deal for whatever reason. And now after all this time has passed, again, it looks like 3.5 years to me. Someone's realizing that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. How do I go back? Can I go back? Will John accept me? Will Sue accept me? Do we even have anything in common now? Can I go back and can it grow? So that's either you or someone you're thinking about Gotta put it where it's your story. It would be crazy cool if someone said, "Yeah, I'm John," and right now you're talking about Sue. And if you don't know, John's passed away, but my sister-in-law Sue, who's I'm not married to her brother anymore, but those two were. You could see the love. I could see the love. I could feel the love whenever I got into their presence, and such a beautiful thing. And they were just at the stage where, I think when you're in your 20s and maybe your early 30s, you're still trying to figure it out, especially if you're involved with like alcohol. Alcohol and drugs can really twist your mind and get you to be argumentative. I want it my way, kind of thing. Or, one might be saying, "Hey, I need my space," and the other one saying, "What do you mean space?" And it turns into a big argument, so those two really loved each other, though. They just they couldn't ground their relationship in a way that was stable, and it's not anything any of them did. I'm not going to go, I'm not their psychiatrist or whatever, but I'm just saying I saw the love and it was a beautiful thing. And I wish they could have held on tight, but sometimes holding on too tight is too tight, and sometimes not enough is not enough, and everybody has their just right part, and nobody knows what the other person's just right part is until it's expressed. And then if it's expressed, "Hey, I just need a little space," then the other one might get upset. And again, I'm not saying that happened with them, just using this as an example. So John was holding on to Sue, and 3.5 years ago, he let her go, because those look like men's hands to me. All right, so let's pull another card. Let's pull another card. I was going to show you the bottom. It was a mental, it's being in their head. I forget what the card says, but shoot, now it's got me going. What is it? It's definitely under the emotions. Oh yeah, mental conflict. That's a card I saw. It's already shuffled in, that's why I couldn't show it to you. So, mental conflict. What would cause that? Would the witchcraft cause it? Would the spell work cause it? Someone just in their own head about it? Maybe they just think too much time has passed and they can't come back. Sometimes writing a letter helps. And if you don't have their address, I guess if you had their email or something, or their phone number, you could send them a text message. But, I don't know. Sometimes people just aren't meant to be in your life. And you let them go, and you got to live with your decision. But then again, if the love is really that strong within you, how can you just change it? You'd figure after 3.5 years, it would just go away, right? The Authority. That's divine masculine. That's the Emperor. So he has the seeds, and Divine Feminine, the Empress, is the fertile one. So this person is maturing. I say he's maturing because we have the Emperor out here now. And he's connecting with the divine, that circle around him. Maybe he's trying to send the Empress some messages through the air. You know, like I said it before, like if someone calls you, "Hey John, how you doing today? Darn, Sue, I was just thinking about you 2 minutes ago." "Yeah, I've been thinking about you a lot." John says, "Yeah, you know, me too, honestly. I've been thinking about you so much. It's literally driving me crazy. We should try to get together and just hang out, you know, I mean, like, just as friends, you know, can you make some time for me?" "Well, you know, I mean, you know, some things happen, right? And you kind of left me in a blink, and now you're calling me. What does this mean? Can you just tell me, what does it mean?" Sue says, and John says, "Well, you know, I made a mistake when I chose to let you go. But, you know, you just need to understand that the feelings I have for you, I thought they weren't real. I thought that maybe it was just lust. And you wanted more than I was willing to give. I mean, I just couldn't give you what you needed. So instead of hurting you by keeping you around and not being ready for you, I would only hurt you. So, you know, it's kind of just trying to save you from any pain. So that's why I know it hurt you when I let you go, but it's because I couldn't give you what I know that you deserve, what I know what you wanted from me. But I'm calling you back because, you know, last night I had a dream about a spider. And the spider was speaking to me saying, do you want to know why your life is empty? Do you want to know why you have a web that keeps catching gnats instead of flies? Do you want gnats, John, or do you want flies? That's just kind of metaphoric, since I told you guys about the Mami Wata reading about the spiders. I thought I'd try to incorporate it here. No, but really it's kind of like, you know, John has been going after the little gnats when his real desire is a fly. And not even, well, that's not even right to say. Who wants to be called a fly? All right, so John's a spider. And he's only been catching gnats and flies, but now he wants that spider web to be a home. So he's looking for that right Mrs. Spider to follow him into his domain. How's that? Is that better? So that's the story I was told to tell you. Okay, let me see what else we can get. See, like I said, that's the domain. That's what the Emperor wants. Did he call? Did John call Sue yet and let her know? Hey, you know, hey Sue, I've been thinking about you a lot, and I know we left on bad terms, and I just told you the reason why was because I wasn't ready, but, you know, I had an epiphany last night, and I'm ready. Are you seeing anybody? Are you doing anything? Because, you know, I'm ready to pick up and go wherever you are, just so I could be near you and we could spend time. Because I believe that we can build a beautiful world together. We can have rainbows. We might even have a kid. Looks like a sun. You know, we'll have a nice little cottage and all this acreage that we can plant like orange orchards or grapefruit orchards, or we can have farm animals. You know, just build a good life together. I just had this thing about trees. My grandparents had a orange tree and an apple tree, and we couldn't wait as kids to go over there. when the fruit was coming in, we would just climb the tree. I think they had peaches too. We would just climb the tree, get the peach off, run it over under the spigot water, and we would just eat them. So good. And it's free. You don't have to pay $1.89 a pound. So, you know, by the time 20 years come around, can you imagine how much fruit will be? So if you planted a tree now and you watered it, and this is your property, and if you were in your 20s or even in your 30s, I think it takes like 10 years before fruit can come in. So you would have fruit. That fruit you would have every year. And I don't know, if you had a big orchard, you can sell it for money, I guess. But you know, the dream is to sustain, right? Conflict and defeat. Did John get a no answer? Or did he self-sabotage and say, no, you know, I really want that with Sue, but I can't see her saying yes after the way I treated her. Could be that. It could be Sue calling John, and then John has to say, look, you know, I have those same feelings that you have. And I'm just being honest, but you know, I'm in another relationship now. I'm married and I got a kid on the way, and you know, truth be known, I mean, I'm happy that I'm going to be having a child, but I wish it was you and not who I'm with. I don't know, dear. It's your story. I'm kind of feeling a little depressing right now. So, could be Sue. It could be Sue says, hey, you know, I'm already in another relationship. I waited for you for 3 years. I sent you a message and I said, look, I've never waited for anybody for 3 years before, but I really believed our love was true. And you couldn't come through for me, so I had to move on. And I've been seeing someone for the past 3 months. So it could be that. It could be Sue's already involved. It could be Sue just gave him the total rejection. It could be he put it in his head, so he just didn't even try. It could be that he's actually in another relationship and doesn't know how to break off something that he doesn't really want, so that he can go for what he really wants. How many examples did I give you? Give you the example if he's married. Give you the example that that he's not married, but he goes to Sue, and Sue says no. It could be John puts it in his mind and he's like, no, I'm not even going to try because she's just going to reject me. So that's self-sabotage. And then the other one is Sue says she's happy by herself, or Sue says, I'm already in another relationship. So this seems to me like self-sabotage though. So it's going to be different for everybody. If it's part of your story at all, fit the pieces where they go and leave the rest behind. Okay, let's get another card out. Material harvest. Maybe he's waiting for that to come in, and then he's ready to move on. The story kind of gets confusing from here, because we kind of have to choose what the actual next thing is. So 3.5 years ago, someone let someone go. He's manned up. He's getting, becoming the authority of his own life. This is what he sees in his future. Okay, all right. He had someone. He let them go. He thought he was being mature, and he thought he knew what he wanted. So he hooked up with her, who already had a kid. And he's saying, things just didn't pan out the way I planned it. He found out that she was only with him for what he could give her. So maybe he has something really big coming in, or maybe it already came in. And he's seeing that I wasted all my time, and all this material harvest goes straight to her. Could be like that, right? That's kind of how it looks at this point, but who knows? The cards can change everything when they come out. Accelerated motion. Okay. So now we're looking at, he let her go, the one he really wanted. He's matured. He knows that that's really what he wants. He's wondering, is she even going to listen to me? How can I move forward? He's saying, I got some material harvest coming in. And, he can really show to her that he can be the man that she needs him to be, and that he wants to provide for her. And once he takes that leap of faith, the message comes through to his divine. That's him sending the message. It's coming through. She sees it. He's on his way. On his way could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be 6 months down the road. It's going to be different for everybody. But accelerated motions. Maybe he was just holding tight till that money came in. His material harvest. Because sometimes most men don't want to go somewhere like empty-handed, right? They want to be able to at least provide for themselves and be able to help out, and, to have their new beginning somewhere else. They have to have a certain amount of money that makes them feel comfortable to make the move. So that's what I see so far. So I'm going to pull 3 more cards, and then we're going to end it. So I will pull, hold on. First I'm going to cut it. This one. This one. This one. And let's see what's at the bottom. Recognition and reward. Okay. Positive movement forward after accelerated motion. See, this is the temptation. Anyone in his vicinity who wants to give him a a last ride before he goes. He's saying, no, I'm not going to risk anything. I'm not going to risk any negative energies coming around me that's going to screw up what I've been praying for. This positive movement forward. This whole thing with the family and being my mature self and going for that love that I just can't live without. I will fight all temptation. Nothing is worth it anymore. My patience has got me through. To my recognition and reward. God's blessing me because I'm doing what God wants me to do. Material and spiritual prosperity. I'm sorry it took me so long. I'm going to sacrifice my old life for the new good life. The old life was fun, but it left me with nothing. It was just fun. I know I got to work on my shadow work. I know I have to reduce. I know that I have to release my fear of being trapped, of, not making a decision. And through all the pain, I now have some wisdom. I've gone through the period of emotional withdrawal. I know I have to follow my heart. That's the truth. And spending time alone, I found all this out. And I went into solitude because I was suffering in silence. Triumphant success and triumphant right behind it. And spiritual strength. So someone is not only the emperor, but he's learned a lot of lessons. Who got triumph, success, triumph. Those two came right after each other. What was the other? The heart chakra. Some other one that was... material and spiritual prosperity, recognition and reward. So he's learned a lot of lessons. I would say he's either got the word, it's an all go with his lady friend, or he's saying, I'm not going to let it go another day. This 3.5 years has been enough for me, and I have to try, because if I don't try, I'm going to spend the rest of my life wondering, what if? And I'd rather know the answer. Like energetically, he probably already knows the answer is a yes. If it's true love. There's some of you ladies who are going to say no. But are you going to really regret it? Because, I don't know, I just heard that if you didn't want him back, then why would you be watching the tarot readings? That's what I heard. And then, the thing is if you're unsure, then just be up straight front when that day comes, and tell him you just, you have to give him a time period, right? You can't make him wait 3.5 years. I mean, I guess you could, but then if your answer is yes, then you've wasted all that time. So your choice is to say, I need like 3 days, or let's spend time for a few days, then I'll take a couple days off, and then I'll let you know. Or you can just say, yeah, I'm all in, you know. I see that, you know, you're here. You went out of your way to come all this far. You know, there's a boat there, so you came all the way across the water to tell me that you loved me. Now, who would do that if they really didn't? Like, I don't know. That's just me, you know. So let's do the clock thingy real quick. We've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. All right, it's 12:12. If it turns 12:13 by the time I put it in, which it's not, we're going to go with 12:12. I heard something about a reading regarding 12:12, but I didn't like mentally let's see. It says the angel number 1212 can have different meanings for love and relationship depending on your situation. The number can signal a time of harmony and understanding, encouraging both partners to support each other and grow together. It can also mean that it's time to improve communication and understanding, express appreciation and trust, and commit more fully. If you're facing challenges, the number can be a sign that can lead to positive outcomes, such as leaving a harmful relationship or taking a step forward in a committed one. Okay, if you're single, the number can mean that a new love interest is coming, or that you're blossoming into self-love and acceptance, which can lead to a loving relationship in the future. Okay, so angel number, we're going to go with Joanne. Let's see. Number 1212 is a compilation of the energies of number 1 appearing twice, amplifying its vibrations, and the attribute of number 2 also appearing twice, also magnifying its influences. Number 1 instills the attributes of creation and new beginnings, courage, attainment, and inspiration, self-leadership, assertiveness, and initiative. Number 1 relates to creating our own realities with our thoughts, beliefs, and actions, and encourages us to step out of the comfort zone in order to attain our goals. Number 2 represents balance and harmony, duality, faith, devotion, insight, cooperation, adaptability, and diplomacy, partnerships, and relationship. Number 2 also resonates with faith and trust in serving your divine life, purpose, and soul mission. Angel number 1212 is the message from your angels that you are to stay focused on your highest expectations as the angels and universal energies work behind the scenes, helping you to manifest your wants and needs, goals, and desires. Angel number 1212 is a powerful sign that you are to step out of your comfort zone and take new directions and or begin new projects and ventures that you have been wanting to do for a long time now. Angel number 1212 encourages us to release our fears and apprehensions and get on with pursuing our passions and purpose. Angel number 1212 asks that you stay on a positive path and to use your natural skills, talents, and abilities to their utmost for the benefit of yourself and others. Use positive affirmations and visualizations to enhance energies and draw them towards you. The more you focus on the positives, the quicker they are manifested into your reality. So, for example, say I'm John. Okay, I got a boat. Okay, and the boat is traveling. That's the card. But if there's someone that has this 6 candles, well, there's only 4 candles on that. What was that? Oh, it's the memories of love. Okay. So if I want that to come into fruition, the one cup that I was holding, and I want it back in my life, I'm going to see myself holding that cup again. I'm going to see myself on that sailboat. I'm going to see myself cross a body of water. And I'm going to see myself appearing in front of Sue, so I could tell her, hey, let's spend some time together. Are you with anybody? If you're not, please say yes. I'm going to see myself doing all that. And when I get tired of imaging it in my mind, I got to make a choice. Am I going for it, or am I going to leave it in the past? And whatever your choice is will be the right choice for you. Nobody's here to tell you to, jump on a boat and travel across, the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean. It's your life. Visualize what you want in your life. Stay on that high vibration of the purest love you could ever imagine. And suddenly you're at peace. You're not worried about it anymore. Because energetically, you already sent that message to Sue, and Sue already replied. Accelerated motion. She's saying, I'm ready. Are you ready? And then I think there was a card after that said, it was accelerated motion, and it was something else saying the same thing. So it's like full of confirmations, that reading. We got 2 of the material, the recognition. Those 2 cards were out of the same book. And then well, you guys saw the reading. You can hit rewind. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the reading, and remember, what is not for you, don't force it. But what you see in your future is what you see in your future. So if you see a bunch of arguing in your future, then chances are you're going to see arguing. If you see a bunch of love and understanding and a commitment that can last a lifetime, then that's what you'll get. So if you see a lifetime commitment, know that it's a lifetime commitment. And know that you have to be on your utmost responsible, because you're in charge of your life. And if you screw it up, that Sue's going to walk out of your life, and she's just going to be gone. Okay? So when you commit, be ready to commit. And that means when Sue's not around, John can't be entertaining, Sue, Sally, and Jane. He has to let them know, hey, I'm a bit flattered, but, I get this a lot, and I already have Sue, and she's everything that I want. So thank you. Have a good day. You have to talk to other people like Sue is right next to you. You can't talk to people different because she's not with you. And that goes for Sue. She has to do the same, be the same respectful person to John. Okay? And that's how it works. It's a self-love, self-respect, self-integrity, the commitment to self. And then you guys join together and you both merge it together. So not only do I have commitment to you or to myself, I have commitment to you. And then if you both are praying to God and saying, God, is this the right one for me? and God says yes, then you're making a commitment to God. At the same time, God is love, love is God. If you commit to love someone for the rest of their lives, the rest of your life, you know, you're basically saying, God, you know, be with us on our journey. Okay, and telling God to be with you on your journey is a wonderful thing. Okay, so it's your life. I hope the best, and I pray for the best for all of you. I'm going to end this reading. God bless you all. I'm sending you love, light, joy, happiness, wealth, and health, and healing. See you on the next time. Aloha.